Life, a tapestry woven over billions of years, is always changing. From the moment the first single-celled organisms appeared in the primordial oceans, to the complex web of life we see today, the story of life on Earth is one of constant motion and transformation. From the smallest microbe to the largest whale, every living thing is connected through this incredible process called evolution. This process, driven by natural selection, genetic drift and mutations, has shaped the diversity of life we see around us. Each species, no matter how small or large, plays a crucial role in the ecosystem, contributing to the balance and harmony of nature. It's a story of adaptation, survival, and the extraordinary diversity of life on Earth. From the dense rainforest to the arid deserts, from the icy polar regions to the deep ocean trenches, life has found a way to thrive in every corner of our planet. Each environment presents its own unique challenges and opportunities, driving species to adapt in remarkable ways. Over countless generations, species have transformed, diversified, and adapted to their surroundings. This process of change is slow and gradual, often taking millions of years, but it is relentless. The fossil record provides a glimpse into this long history, showing us how ancient species evolved into the forms we recognize today. Evolution is not just a theory. It is the very essence of life's grand journey. Through the study of fossils, genetics, and comparative anatomy, scientists have uncovered the evidence that supports this fundamental concept. Each discovery adds another piece to the puzzle, helping us understand the intricate mechanisms that drive the evolution of life. Imagine Earth as a giant stage where the play of life unfolds. This stage is dynamic, with continents drifting, climates changing, and ecosystems evolving. The actors on this stage are the myriad species that inhabit our planet, each with its own role to play in the grand drama of life. This play has been running for billions of years, with each act introducing new characters and plot twists. From the rise and fall of the dinosaurs to the emergence of mammals, each chapter in the history of life is filled with drama and intrigue. The story is far from over, as new species continue to evolve and adapt to the ever-changing environment. Evolution is the playwright, constantly revising and refining the story. It is a process of trial and error, with countless experiments taking place over eons. Some species thrive and multiply while others fade into extinction. This continuous process of change ensures that life remains dynamic and resilient. The actors are the species, each playing a unique role in the intricate web of life. From the tiniest insects to the largest mammals, each organism contributes to the balance of the ecosystem. Their interactions, whether as predators, prey, or symbiotic partners, create a complex and interdependent network that sustains life on Earth. The stage itself, our planet, is in a constant state of flux, with environments shifting and changing over time. Volcanic eruptions, tectonic movements, and climatic shifts all play a role in shaping the habitats where life exists. These changes can be sudden and catastrophic or slow and gradual, but they all contribute to the dynamic nature of our world. At the heart of evolution lies DNA, the blueprint of life. This remarkable molecule, composed of two intertwined strands forming a double helix, is the foundation upon which all living organisms are built. It is the code that dictates the development, functioning, and reproduction of every cell in our bodies. This molecule, present in every living cell, carries the instructions for building and maintaining an organism. Each cell contains a complete set of DNA, which is meticulously copied and passed on during cell division. The precision of this process ensures that the genetic information remains intact across generations. DNA is like a vast library of information passed down from one generation to the next. Each gene within the DNA sequence is akin to a book, containing specific instructions for various biological functions. These instructions are written in a unique language composed of 4 chemical bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. It determines our traits, from the color of our eyes to the shape of a bird's beak. The combination of genes we inherit from our parents shapes our physical appearance, behavior, and even our susceptibility to certain diseases. This genetic diversity is what makes each individual unique. However, this blueprint is not set in stone. DNA is dynamic and can undergo changes known as mutations. These mutations can occur naturally during DNA replication, or be induced by environmental factors such as radiation or chemicals. It can change, and these changes are the driving force of evolution. Over time, mutations accumulate, leading to variations within a population. These variations can result in new traits that may enhance an organism's ability to survive and reproduce in its environment. These changes in DNA, called mutations, are like typos in the blueprint. Most mutations are harmless, some can be harmful, causing genetic disorders or diseases. However, a few mutations can be beneficial, providing an advantage that can be passed on to future generations. But a few can be beneficial. These beneficial mutations can lead to adaptations that improve an organism's chances of survival in a changing environment. For example, plants may develop resistance to pests, or animals may evolve new behaviors to find food more efficiently. Imagine a population of moths living in a forest. The color of their wings plays a crucial role in their survival, as it helps them blend into their surroundings and avoid predators. In this scenario, a mutation that alters wing color can have significant consequences. A mutation might cause a moth to have darker wings, providing better camouflage against predators. This darker-winged moth is less likely to be seen and eaten by birds, giving it a higher chance of surviving and reproducing. This moth is more likely to survive, reproduce, and pass on its advantageous trait to its offspring. Over time, the population of moths may shift towards having darker wings, demonstrating how natural selection drives the evolution of species. Through this process, life on Earth continues to adapt and thrive in an ever-changing world. Natural selection is the process where organisms with advantageous traits are more likely to survive and reproduce. This doesn't necessarily mean the strongest or fastest, it's about being best suited to your environment. Imagine a herd of gazelles being chased by a lion. The fastest gazelles are more likely to outrun the predator and survive. Over time, the gazelle population will have more individuals with genes for speed. Natural selection acts like a filter, favoring traits that increase survival and reproduction. It's important to remember that the environment plays a crucial role. A trait that is beneficial in one environment might be detrimental in another. For instance, a thick fur coat is advantageous in a cold climate but would be a disadvantage in a desert. Section 4. Nature's Guiding Hand. Over generations, natural selection can lead to remarkable adaptations. These adaptations are features that make an organism well-suited to its environment. Consider the giraffe's long neck, perfectly adapted for reaching leaves high in trees, or the streamlined body of a dolphin, allowing it to move effortlessly through water. These adaptations didn't happen overnight, they evolved over countless generations. Adaptation is a continuous process driven by the ever-changing environment. As the environment changes, so do the selective pressures acting on a population. This constant interplay between organisms and their surroundings is what shapes the diversity of life on Earth. It's a testament to the incredible power of natural selection to mold and shape life over time. Section 5. A family tree of life. Speciation is the process by which new species arise. This fascinating phenomenon is a cornerstone of evolutionary biology, explaining the incredible diversity of life on Earth. From the tiniest microorganisms to the largest mammals, every species we see today has undergone speciation at some point in its history. It often happens when populations are isolated from each other, perhaps by a geographical barrier like a mountain range or a body of water. These barriers prevent the exchange of genes between the separated groups, leading to independent evolutionary paths. Over time, the genetic differences accumulate, driven by natural selection, mutation, and genetic drift. Over time, these isolated populations evolve independently, accumulating different adaptations. These adaptations can be in response to the unique challenges and opportunities presented by their specific environments. For instance, one population might develop thicker fur to survive in a colder climate, while another might evolve a longer neck to reach food in tall trees. Eventually, they may become so different that they are no longer able to interbreed, marking the birth of new species. This reproductive isolation is a key factor in the formation of new species, ensuring that the genetic differences are maintained and further amplified over generations. Imagine a population of finches blown onto a remote island. This scenario is a classic example of how speciation can occur. The finches, now isolated from their mainland relatives, find themselves in a new environment with different resources and challenges. With limited resources, the finches face different selective pressures than their mainland counterparts. These pressures might include competition for food, nesting sites, and mates. Each finch must adapt to survive, leading to a variety of evolutionary changes. Over generations, they evolved different beak shapes and sizes, specializing in different food sources. Some finches might develop long, slender beaks to extract insects from tree bark, while others might evolve short, strong beaks to crack open seeds. These adaptations help them exploit the available resources more efficiently. Eventually they become so distinct that they can no longer interbreed with the mainland finches, signifying the emergence of a new species. This process, repeated countless times across the globe, has given rise to the vast array of species we see today, each uniquely adapted to its environment. Section 6: Evolution's Myths Debunked. Despite overwhelming evidence, evolution remains a topic often misunderstood and misrepresented. Some argue that evolution is just a theory, implying a lack of evidence. However, in science, a theory is a well-substantiated explanation of some aspect of the natural world. Evolution is supported by a vast body of evidence, from fossil records to DNA analysis. Another misconception is that evolution is a linear progression with a predetermined goal. This is far from the truth. Evolution is not a ladder, but rather a branching tree of life. Different lineages evolve at different rates and in different directions, resulting in the extraordinary diversity we see today. There is no pinnacle of evolution, and humans are just one twig on this vast and intricate tree of life.